Nope.
I was going to wait until I got back to my laptop to write this, but I just couldn't hold back any longer. I'm typing this away in a frenzy on my phone. Just to fill you in, I spoke to Jennifer about the woman and how she knew her nickname from grade school. Jennifer was just as shocked and confused as me. I saw the fear in her eyes as I explained the whole ordeal I had the night prior. Jennifer explained that she had a group of friends in 4th and 5th grade that gave themselves, as she put it, pop star nicknames. That's when I remembered. She would often host sleepovers with those girls. I would often have to come in and demand they quiet down during their late night make-believe pop concerts. She also was adamant in telling me she had no idea who the woman was. Now, I know a lot of you have suggested that Jennifer had committed some type of heinous crime that sparked this entire thing. If I remember correctly, people were often accusing her of hit and runs and outright murder. I didn't feel it necessary to address this earlier, but since I can just see the comments pouring in after this post, I'll say it. You're wrong. Go ahead and accuse me of wearing rose-colored glasses, but the truth is, my daughter doesn't have that type of behavior in her. I've seen her break down into tears and admit to stealing a few dollars from her mother's wallet. She hesitates to kill bugs around the house, and one time she gave me the silent treatment for killing a mouse that made its way inside. It's hard for me to believe that she could kill someone and keep her cool for this long. Let's skip forward to right now. I'm trudging through the woods, back to my car. How did I get here? I followed the woman. I spent another few nights in my car and waited for her to return. When she finally did, instead of directly confronting her, I held back. When she began to make her way back to wherever she stayed, I followed. I kept a safe amount of distance between her and myself. The stalking lasted about 25 minutes. She led me through my neighborhood for a while. Eventually, we were at the edge of the woods. She walked in. A few times she almost caught me as branches and twigs cracked under my weight. After a while, I began to see something. I only had the light of the moon to go by, so I thought it was just an illusion from the dark. I watched the woman approach what seemed to be a campsite. She lit an LED lantern and entered a makeshift tent. From where I was, I couldn't see or hear much, but what I was able to hear gave me chills. She began to laugh. It started out with a giggle, then a chuckle, until she was outright cackling. Interspersed between her demonic merriment was my name. I was frozen. I had planned to confront this woman again, but now I was having second thoughts. Who knows what was in that tent with her? She might have a weapon or even another deranged lunatic. It wasn't worth the risk. Instead, I made my way out of the woods with a plan to come back later. This morning, I drove back to the woods. I parked my car near where we had entered the night prior and began my slow, silent journey to her camp. It was early on a Saturday morning. The sun had just risen and was shining bright in the autumn sky. Jennifer and Mary were still sound asleep when I snuck out. Seeing as how the crazy lady was seemingly nocturnal, I was afraid she might be asleep in her tent. When I came up on it, I held back for about 10 minutes. I sat and listened for any sign that she or someone else may be there. I threw a couple of rocks at the tent's exterior just to make damn sure. Last thing I needed was to be caught. When I realized it was clear, I made my way to the campsite. As you could imagine, it was a mess. There was a small makeshift fire pit surrounded by wrappers and instant noodle packaging. The tent I had seen earlier was actually just a few tarps draped around fallen trees. I kicked aside the debris and peeled back the tarp to the side. What hit me first was the smell. It was horrible. An unholy mix of rot, body odor, and feces. I had to take a second just to let the rancid stench out before going further. After doing so, I braced myself and entered. There wasn't much. Some clothes, food, blankets, adolescent toys, and a folder. Naturally, I went for the folder. It was one of those themed novelty folders you often see kids carrying around in elementary school. The kind you usually see adorned with that year's biggest pop culture icon. I could tell this one was old because its theme was Aladdin, the old animated Disney movie. I remember Jennifer loving that movie as a kid and often watching it with her friends during their slumber parties. It wasn't until I opened up the folder that my body was struck with dread. Inside the folder was several pieces of paper. They each canvassed childish drawings done in crayon and marker. Though the drawings were distinct in some ways, they all had the same theme: me. But not just me. They also featured Jennifer and the woman. From the pieces that were still intact, I noticed a trend. The figure that was supposed to be me was portrayed as a happy, big, fatherly, or perhaps romantic figure. The figure who I assumed to be the woman was portrayed as a child, holding my hand. And the figure that was Jennifer was dead in every picture. The portrayal of her lifeless corpse was cartoonish at best, but it was clear. She was violently murdered every single time. I took some photos of the drawings and of the campsite, which I'll post below. If I had any doubt that this woman was a threat to my family before, it's gone. I know now that she needs to be dealt with immediately. As of now, my plan is to show the images I found to the police and explain to them everything I've done and seen. Sure, they're going to think I'm stupid and a bit crazy myself, but they should have done something a long time ago. Taking into account the history my family has with this psycho lady, plus these new pieces of evidence, they would have to be stupid not to act on it. So once again, here I am on the way back to my car. Once on the road, I'm headed straight for the station. I'll find the officer in charge and tell them... Shit. My phone just got a notification from the home security app. It's an intruder alert. Our first floor window was just broken. Thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give us a like or let us know in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe for more creepy videos that'll have you saying nope. Subscribing and commenting on this video, or any video released in November, will automatically enter you into our monthly movie giveaway. To learn more about the giveaway, including additional ways to enter, follow the link in the description below. To anybody that decides to enter, good luck. And remember everybody, always stay creepy.